All right, good evening, cyber friends. This is Mitty Man coming at you again from Walker Studio. Still in Studio B, thank God. And we thank God for each and every one of you. Thank God for being who He is, for life, giving us life, health, and strength. I just wanted to come in a little bit this evening before I left for, we are in our final night of revival at Pleasant Grove AME Church, where the pastor is Reverend Stephanie Walton, and we are on our final night. I'm in my official capacity this week as the minister of music. We've been on call to make certain, try to keep the music ministry correct and keep the music ministry as straight as we could possibly do it. In other words, have some music inside of the sanctuary just in case the visiting churches doesn't have a musician of their own. And this is just being on the safe side. So I just thought about it and I wanted to come back while I still had a little time left. And I wanted to bring something forward to the masses about the reason why I feel a certain way about some of us teachers and some of us ministers of the gospel. And like I said, people, all Christians, we are all called to minister into the gospel. We were told this is a basic concept. In other words, we are all ministers of the gospel. We all are preachers, supposed to be, but now everybody's not a pastor. If I'm understand what I'm saying, everybody's not a pastor. There's a difference. There's a difference. But I didn't come here this evening to go into that aspect of it, because a lot of people love to get in debates about different deep things and deep mystical things of the Bible, in which I don't think there are no deep mystical things of the Bible, because the Bible explains itself, in my opinion. That's exactly the way I see things. And really and truly, I studied up under when I was growing up. As a matter of fact, two of my favorite prophetic teachers were Dr. Howard C. Eastep and Bishop Fulton Sheen. I would watch them every Sunday morning before I went to Sunday school. I would have been up early to catch those two broadcasts. And I think one was The King is Coming. I forget what the name of Bishop Fulton's episode was at that particular time. It had been quite a few years ago, but nevertheless, I would watch them every Sunday before I go to Sunday school. And so I am well versed in those two doctrines and the way they delivered their doctrine. This is how come on this evening, I just wanted to say I'm not pointing anyone out, not trying to pick a favorite, but I'm just saying this is why I love these two ministers of the gospel. Number one, Joel Osteen. Number two, Joyce Meyer. And I got many others that I love and enjoy. I really do. But I got a reason why that I am so much sold out on those two. And the number one main reason that I'm sold out with Joyce Meyer and Joel is because of the fact that they keep their subject and they keep their content very simple. And now they are very smart. I believe they are very smart individuals. They have written books just like all the rest of the different evangelists and preachers and pastors of the different mega churches and everything. As a matter of fact, Joel got one of the largest churches in the United States. Matter of fact, I think Joel Church is the largest church in the United States. That is Lakewood. But nevertheless, and Joyce, she preached all over the United States, all over the world. Joyce does conferences and different things, and got all kinds of stuff all over the world. But they too are very significant in their own right. But I'm just saying the reason why I like them is because they keep their subject matter simple where the common person can understand it. And this is what I believe that the Lord requires. And I believe the Lord loves this because He wants the people to understand. What good is information if you can't understand it? So this is why I'm particularly crazy about Joel and Joyce Meyer. Matter of fact, Joel take these everyday, as well as Joyce. They take everyday practical stuff. Even Joyce Meyer ministry is on what that she has on television. It's called Enjoying Everyday Life. She take things that are leaning and pending on us on an everyday basis. She take those subject matters and apply them and use Bible concepts and scripture to prove her point and to get and to enlighten us on these here facts. That's the way Joel teach. And I love that. That is basic simplicity at its best. And the best teaching that we can have is something that you understand. Now, who I understand, believe it, and I love, like I say, my two mentors that I came up on were Dr. Howard E. Step, Dr. Bishop Fulton Sheen. Both of those gals were very prophetic preachers. They were prophetic. They told things of the prophetic. Matter of fact, I heard things that Dr. Howard E. Step said back in the early 70s, as well as Bishop Sheen, that I don't even hear hardly no one now preach on it at all. Maybe for the exception of maybe by Perry Stone. And God bless him, he's gone on to be with the Lord now. It's Grant Jeffries, I think, as well as Hal Lindsey. I catch all those prophetic teachers. I try to put my mind to good use, people. I try to do stuff that is constructive. I want to learn, and I want to be able to give an answer to people that might come to me. This is how come I love Joel and Joyce Meyer teaching. Practicality. I was listening to Joel the other morning. He was talking about, well, like people, like these people that have gotten out into social media. And we all are into it, just about it. Just about everybody's into social media. It's a common thing. This is what's in now. This is what is contemporary now. It's social media. You got Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all those Pinterest, as well as a few others. As a matter of fact, I can't. There's a couple of more that are okay, like YouTube. And everybody now, just about anybody with a camera and a microphone, got a platform now. You got a platform now. You can get your point across about anything that you want to put out there. You got the platform now. The technology has made it possible for us to do so. But what I'm saying is, just like Facebook, they got this thing they call with the thumbs up like. In other words, whatever people put up, you like it. That is fine. I ain't got no problem with that. But let me tell you something, people. This is what I learned from Joel. Joel tickled me so bad when he said, my worth doesn't depend on how many people like what I put up on Facebook. Let me tell you something. There are some people that are not going to like you. I don't care what you do. Amen. That's understand that. Joyce says the same thing. They both, like I love them. I love them. I love their teaching. They both say the same practical, say the same thing. They agree in that matter. Now, no matter what you do, there are some people that you are never going to get to like you. I don't care what you do. So, in other words, you might as well forget about that. As a matter of fact, I had to learn that kind of the hard way. Because I've always been the type of person that I did want people. And I still do. But I got enough sense now to know that everybody's not going to like me. You don't have to be done. You don't have to have done anything to some people. They're just not going to like you. They already got their mind made up, so you might as well just let them go on about their business, and you just going to live your life and do what you're supposed to do, cut the deck and solve that problem. Don't let that become, in other words, like the pastor was preaching this week, we had on Wednesday nights about a stone. Don't let that be the stone in your way to keep you from doing what you need to do by letting other people's negativity hold you back and hold you down. Don't allow that. So this is how come I came back this evening to say this, to do this video. I felt the need because of the fact that I see a lot of it. I see comments that people respond back to different ones, even onto Facebook and even onto YouTube. When people get a negative comment or something, they respond back. They strike back. I try not to do that. I've been on the net now for about 20 years. And that is one thing that I've always tried to keep myself from, is striking back. Just because a person didn't agree with what I said. Look, hey, that is your prerogative. When I come from the Bible and I tell something and I teach something that's from the scripture and tell you the right thing, that I'm through with it. Whether you like it or not, that doesn't change the fact that it might be true. In other words, if Jesus said it, guess what? You might as well forget it. If Jesus have said something and put it in motion, you can't stop it. And if Jesus has stopped something, you can't put it in motion. So in other words, this is how come, like I said, Joel and Joyce, Meyer. I'm just naming them two now. There's many more that they got sound doctrine. I mean, there's many more. I really shouldn't have named not them two, but I got many of them that teaching. Well, I'm gonna put it this way. Old Minnie Man, I enjoy all of the ministers and teachers of the gospel, preachers, pastors, evangelists. I love all of them that it really will get down with it and teach the raw word. Don't try to worry about debating and trying to get in all these deep, dark mysteries that people don't really care about. I mean, you know what I mean? Tell him that he died pride and got up on Sunday morning with all power in his hand. Tell him that he's the only way into the kingdom. And if you're going to see the Father, you got to go through by the Son. This is what the people need to hear. In other words, yes, we are glad that they built the temple back in BC, whatever, number. We glad that the temple was built. But guess what? The temple wasn't for us in the first place. But we glad that the temple was built. But that temple building, the building of that temple ain't got no bearing on a person being born again. That's what we need to teach the people about being born again. See, in other words, if you were born twice, you won't die but once. I heard some preacher say this here not too long ago. If you're born twice, you're going to die but once. But if you were born once, you're going to die twice. So in other words, I want to go in that first load. People, we got to get rid of it. We got to get real. And like I said, Joel and Joyce are just two of them, just two a minute. Because like I said, everybody's not trying to deceive people. I just don't believe that. Because if I say everybody, that means I need to quit teaching Bible study too, because that will make me one of them. In other words, we need to just support true ministry that we know that the people are doing their absolute Adam's best to do what is right and to teach and preach this gospel. We need to support them in any way we can. Now, I mind you people, a lot of time we think that monetary money is the only way that you can support a ministry. No, it is not so. Money is not the only way you can support a ministry. You can support a ministry with consecrated prayer, with intercessory prayer. You can support a ministry. But if you do have the necessary funds in order to compensate a ministry monetarily, do so. You don't have to pray God to do right, people. People say, well, I got to pray about that. No, you don't. Do what's right. We always, how come when it comes to doing something real good, like helping a ministry out, helping a preacher get the gospel, helping a preacher maybe put an ad onto his church, or helping an evangelist go on a different trip, we got to pray about that. How come we got to pray about that? No, that do what's right. God is not gonna hold you at fault just because you decided that you wanted to help somebody, and you afraid that you're gonna miss His will. He would rather for you to miss His will by trying to help somebody than to miss His will trying not to help them. See, that's what a lot of us we got our mind made up. And like I said, I'm just glad, and I'm gonna stop it right here, people. I don't want to wear myself out before I get to church tonight. But nevertheless, we are going out, and this is the final night. You know, I just wanted to let everybody know about this here, about this thing, about debating all these dark mysteries and this stuff don't have no bearing. In other words, let's teach people the basic gospel about how to get saved and to miss hell and go to heaven. In other words, we always saying, they said they're going to heaven anyway, and I know, I'm not saying we're not going to visit heaven, people. I never said that. But I did say that earth is our home, because Jesus said the meek shall inherit the earth. And then I told y'all that if you look at in Revelation where John saw the New Jerusalem was coming down to the earth. In other words, we're going to have a new earth, but we're going to be down here. The tabernacle of God is going to be with man. See, this is sort of the thing, like I said, Joel and Sister Joyce, as well as a choice few others that I named earlier in the video. This is what they teach, and they try to let the common person understand. We ain't trying to get people with a PhD in archaeology, dark theory. We ain't worried about all that. But we are worried about trying to get people the basic gospel. That He was died on Friday, got up on Sunday morning with all power in His hand. That's what we need to do. And He lingered around here about 40 days, and then called a cloud and went on back home to grow. This is the thing that we need to teach the people. Let everybody know that you must be born again. With that being said, this Minnie Man saying whatever you get into. If God ain't in it, it's best you come out of it, because it's going to come to nothing. Till the next video, next Bible study, whichever come first. This Minnie Man saying peace and good evening.